From the West Side, this is The Greg Show, starring Gregory Struss. I'm Scotty-Joe Vegas, inviting you to stay tuned for the next 30 minutes, because you'll hear the music of The Kickback. Ladies and gentlemen, let's hear some glory, plus many other stuff. And now, ladies and gentlemen, the man who is replacing Jay Leno,
Thank you and welcome to The Greg Show. I am Greg Struss, and that's really about it. Yeah, our audience is here tonight.
Yeah, let's hear it for it. Yeah, the kickback's on the kickback. Yeah.
Yes. It wasn't replacing Jay Leno, the man who is not going to replace.
I'm sorry.
Thank you. But I did appreciate the vote of confidence.
Yes.
All right, well, the world has lost a woman who had legendary style. She was a cultural icon who could put peanut butter on your buns in a jiffy. Ladies and gentlemen, Annette Funicello has passed.
Aww.
Yeah. Anyway.
Aww.
Yeah. And you know, I think the saddest part of it is that she had to spend half her career with Frankie Avalon. Yeah.
So that's some young meat.
Before there was such a term in the 60s. All right, I hear that Fox. How many of you watch the Fox Network?
Yay!
American Idol, right? All those shows. Well, anyway, I hear that Fox is threatening to move their network to cable if they're not able to obtain certain broadcast rights. So that would mean that we would have to pay for Fox when it's free right now. Wow, is this Obamacare and broadcasting or something?
First one.
Thank you.
One down. Do we have it mic'd? Okay.
Are you doing wait a minute, you said tonight before we started that you were going to do your mime. You were doing a mime shtick tonight. All right.
Pantomime.
There are faint whispers that Hillary Clinton will run for president in 2016. We have some women here.
Yeah, let's give it up for the women. Yeah.
Imagine that, a Clinton in the Oval Office, not a Clinton in a woman's oval orifice.
Hello. She does it herself.
Did you like it, Celine? Hi, Celine. How you doing?
Really sexy.
It's so good to see you. Thanks so much for being here. All right, Margaret Thatcher
Hot lady.
passed away, she struck down. She struck down. I don't know what she struck down. She struck down everything. She raised the status of the wealthy, crushed the opposition to the status quo, and ignored her nation's poor. It's just like Mitt Romney's dream.
Yeah!
Yes, somewhere an angel lost her wings, foreclosed by a bank. Yes, the Iron Lady disliked the poor, the Irish, and the working class.
Well,
like any Republican in Naperville. Thank you. Now, if we wanted to do that, the old shtick, we could be like, Red Skelton, yeah, all right.
shaky-leggy.
Anyway, we have a wonderful show.
All right.
Yes.
Kick back, mama.
Here from the studios of NBC Comcast in beautiful Elmhurst, Illinois. Right?
Yeah! Okay. Love coming here.
Now, I have really enjoyed going back, and you know, as people are giving us some feedback on the show, we're now on YouTube, and we'll talk about that in a little bit. And the whole YouTube experience is a lot different than watching on cable television. And I don't really know where I was going with this. All right, we'll get back on track. All right, we'll do this. I got to pee. All right. Okay. Anyway, we have the...
He tooted.
Oh, this is what I wanted to say. We have like the old with the new.
The old with the new.
Yeah.
The creepy
and we were
guys
talking
with the
about...
cool guys.
Yeah. And Scott and I were talking. We had a guest on a few weeks ago who was on our show back in... We could say back in the 80s. And he's talking about how the crew at your place was saying that we were very mean to him.
We were very mean to Dan Schmidt.
Yeah.
And I apologize.
Now...
We were young.
Right.
We was 1989.
Yeah. And what was fascinating about this whole thing is I always thought that I wasn't a bully, but
No.
I guess having the media vehicle that we used to really pick on people.
You were actually a wolf with wolverines. You know what I'm saying? Like they're just...
Something like that.
He was a mature man, and he took it with class. Dan, my hat's off to you. God bless
Amen. But as we're setting up tonight, he's saying, I really think you need to call Dan and apologize to him.
So we covered our ass.
That's the old with the new.
There you go.
Anyway, we have the music of the Kickback
Yeah!
with us.
Yeah! Give it the symbols and the...
I like that. All right. Anyway, I am Greg. We are The Greg Show, reinventing community media in the west side of Chicago and beyond. And we'll be back in just a moment.
All right. Let's go. Yeah.
But somebody wrote in and said they'd like to see you shake a can of paint.
Oh, lovely. Do I have to stand up to do this?
You can do it whatever way you want.
See, and I'm not even getting paid for this. Just like that to be known.
We wanted to see it shake. We wanted to see. Then we'll talk
You're
about
sick.
the paint.
And we are back. Thank you.
I hope my mic's on. Can you hear me, Johnny?
I thought you were going to be doing, we were talking earlier about doing the pantomime, and now I have no idea what I did with my notes. Not that
It's okay.
it matters, because anytime that we end up talking, we don't even follow them anyway.
There you go.
Right.
Hi, how you doing?
I like this look, because it's kind of like we're doing Bravo, and I'm Andy Cohen. Hi. All right. I don't know what it is. So how have you been? You went on vacation, and you're back.
I'm back. I'm back from the West Coast.
And how was that?
I went and knocked on someone's door, and they were waiting for you, and his and hers, and I ate Hawaiian bread with my aunt on the beach.
What is Hawaiian bread?
Hawaiian bread is basically a fat man's crack. What you have is you have some, no, it's a sweet bread. It's like from bra. Hey, bra. You know, Hawaiian. You know, the big Samoan. Hey, what's up, brother? How you doing, man? Ain't lose me.
Is that Samoans are from... Samoans
Did I
are
just say beep?
I don't know if they had you.
I'm they're laughing.
No, I'm
You like this tan? This is not bought, folks. This is.
Yes.
How you doing, Struss, man? Good to see you.
I'm doing well. Now we were talking before the show, and you were saying that you are heavy, and I said, I'm heavy, but I've been pretty proud because I've lost 20 pounds. I don't know if it's looking like it lately. Thank you. And I didn't do it with Jenny Craig either, but I did go out with her once. Anyway, so I am hanging lights before the show, and you were playing the victim like you've been doing lately,
Just like my mom.
Yeah, and so we start talking, and then you're like, you ripped all over me, and then Celine just came with like
iron
an
fist.
uppercut.
Yes.
And sends me this text of my gut hanging out as I'm laying here.
Are you going to play it on the screen? You should put it on the
No, I
screen.
don't think so.
Absolutely. Put it on the
No,
screen.
absolutely not.
Let's put her up there.
I was wearing my Speedo, and I don't really want to show that. So we end up doing this, and I don't know. I've worked very hard tonight.
You have. You're ordering some camera, and you were out there with
Not
the
yet.
kids. Oh, not yet. But
The
you
kids,
know what I mean.
we were working the crowd.
We're working the crowd.
All the kids from
those kids
South
are going to be
Dakota, North
top-notch
Dakota.
entertainment. They're going to make it to the top of the charts. I'm telling you.
Absolutely.
They're going to be there. They're going to be like,
Have you ever driven through South Dakota?
Yes, I have.
It's a beautiful state.
It is a beautiful state.
You have Mount Rushmore.
Aberdeen.
And my story is when I lived out in Seattle for about 5.5 years, and so I drove out and had the dog, the dying cat. That's a whole separate story that I'm not going to get into. And so have this moving van, have my car in tow, and go through these windy, roads to get to Mount Rushmore. And all of a sudden, it's like 2 minutes to 8, and I'm getting ready to get out of the car, or actually the truck, and the lights go off on the place.
Poof.
And so there's a copper out there, and he's like, "Can I help you, sir?" And everybody's polite out there.
They're very polite.
And he's like, I said, "Well, I wanted to see Mount Rushmore." I said, "What time is it?" He says, 8 o'clock. I said, "Well, what time does it close?" Well, obviously it was 8 o'clock because
8 o'clock.
all the lights went out. And so he looks at me. I said, "Well, what time zone are we in?" So I just said goodbye, and I didn't get to see Mount Rushmore.
I'm sorry.
So that'll be in the next Chevy Chase vacation movie here on Bravo. All right. I wanted to talk a little bit about Jay Leno being replaced on The Tonight Show by Jimmy Fallon.
Yes.
And I think, Jay has had a, miraculous career on The Tonight Show, 22 years when he hangs it up next February. And it's a totally different law of economics. They actually have people that work on the show.
Yep.
And big money behind
Yep.
them. And when you start disassembling, try disassembling this machine, I mean, that's a machine. These shows are like big machines. The Tonight Show's been on the air since 1962, so it's like 50, 51, 50, 60, 61. No, it's been 50,
Or if
53 it went on. It was
Okay.
60 years ago this year. So I'm just like blown away by the politics and the way this stuff, you know,
You're a hero.
goes down. but I'm just like, all of a sudden he's like out and Jimmy Fallon's
Do you remember
coming
when
in.
he was on Ellis and he was like the creepy biker guy
No,
on
I
Ellis?
don't.
And he kind of roughed up Ellis?
Yeah.
I didn't like that.
Yeah.
Not at all. You don't remember Ellis? You dingbat! You dingbat! Kiss my grants.
I don't want to act on Broadway.
And then
And she was like one of the first divas. I'm like, look, honey,
She wore
you're
a short
slipping-
skirt on Barney Miller.
Ooh,
She was hot.
Linda
Remember that?
Lavin?
Yes. Oh,
But she
most
was-
definitely.
She and Valerie Harper, God bless Valerie Harper.
We're talking
who's
about
ill
some
right
old,
now.
you know.
Yeah, but they were like the first divas with contracts and everything else, and,
Yes.
and calling like big deals.
Yes.
So it was kind of like we were talking about Pat Sheffer last week, and very nice on camera. And I'm just kind of the thinking that, you know, things were going on behind the scenes.
I like
Heads
Vera.
were rolling.
I like Vera from Ellis.
Vera!
Mel.
And I really think
There's websites for her
And I'm
now.
thinking if Vera were around today, that she'd be a poster child for some kind of mental illness, because she really had, you know, something going on.
Or a fetish.
Yeah, something like that. Fetish. Vera! And I don't know, what was his deal?
He was mean. His Mel. He's like, you dingbat. That's my only impersonation I got.
And Flo?
Flo was hot, man. When I was in grade school, we used to talk about her, man.
Ooh. You liked her.
Oh, I did.
All right. Anyway, when we return, we will be back.
The kids are asleep in the back. Let's get them up.
I feel like I could do a Pepsodent commercial right now with this light behind me. And they don't remember Pepsodent when it was a popular toothpaste. Don't you remember?
I do.
I'm really starting to feel old. Something like that.
They're a little shriveled. I understand.
Yeah, I know. It's. Anyway, when we return, thank you so much for getting.
God
We came
bless
all
you.
the way from Mosinee, Wisconsin, 6 hours away.
Yay!
And we also want to send out a get well to your mother, who recently
Yes.
suffered from a heart attack.
Yes.
And
Awfully quiet.
awfully quiet. I said never worry, because the end of the world will come and Scott's parents will still be with us. Let's hear it for them. Yes. All right.
Yay!
When we return, we will hear the music of the kickback.
All righty.
But then again, there might not be any hope for you. So take a breath now, don't let the door hit you in the butt on your way out.
Everybody gather round, I will not be mistaken. Family from all 50 states, I'd like to make a statement. You have overcome the fray, you have conquered Satan. I am the rich blue sky on the beat pavement. Every corner drowned in wells, I was down there waiting. On and 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 on. I want you to hurt like I do. I want you to hurt like I do. I want you to hurt like I do. There's a competition in substituting unclean. Also those who want you perpetually divide me. So I run this homegrown surgery of ages biting on and 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 on. I want you to hurt like I do. I want you to hurt like I do. I want you to hurt like I do. Oh, 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 oh. Hey, hey! I want you to hurt like I do. 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 I want you to hurt like I do.
Did you ever have this in any of your relationships? In my last relationship, this was the kind of thing we had going on. It was like, wrap it up for the evening.
Was that in the bedroom, Greg?
These are usually like Struss man's flashcard, relationship flashcards.
Yeah,
15
baby.
minutes on a night that I don't know what was going on.
You're on fire, man, if you're looking at my schedule.
10 minutes is all I have left. 5 minutes. Where's the X one here? 3 minutes. 2 minutes. Is
I feel like we should be chanting. Go.
How much is left in this segment? Okay. And we finally have the last one here. What is this one here? 1 minute. So thank you. If you want to get these, you can buy them at Walgreens for $59.95. All kinds of stuff going on.
All right, we are back with the kickback here at the studios of NBC Comcast in Elmhurst, Illinois. See, we have to do our branding.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? The Greg Show on NBC Comcast. All right. We have Billy, Eamon, and Johnny, and Danny, and two of you are brothers who came from South Dakota to come to Chicago to make it, right, in the music world. Explain how that came to be.
We turned left at Hollywood, apparently. But yeah, my brother and I decided we should move probably somewhere that didn't involve a lot of pigs, which is where we were living prior to moving to Chicago. At one point, our landlord's pigs escaped their pen and pinned Danny inside of his car, and we thought it would probably be a good time to move and make some adjustments. So we found these two guys on Craigslist, and it's been sort of a match made in heaven. It took us a while to find our tour manager, Howie, but now I feel like we've got the whole team together.
You know, you come from a agricultural area, and now you're kind of in the hub of the big city life. Was that a big change for you? Big adjustment?
Yeah, we still drive absolutely everywhere all the time, and I don't think that'll ever change.
Johnny and I are a little more city boys, so we try and help them out whenever
Fancy
possible.
boys.
But they don't really leave their apartments. They don't go anywhere. We typically have to grocery shop for them. They're a little hard to deal with, in all honesty.
Now, are you finding it to being culture shock out here on the west side versus being in the city?
No, everybody's weird everywhere here.
See, Scott, we're all right, so it's okay.
No, you guys are fantastic.
You guys are the exception.
If you ever have been to the south side of Chicago,
We used to practice there.
Did you? A lot of people from the north side just will not go to the south side, and a lot of the people from the south side, the big saying used to be, all them yuppies live up there. So go
we can
Sox.
relate, but Johnny likes food. He'll go anywhere for the latest dish.
Okay.
I'll eat anything, anywhere, anytime, any place. You tell me where to go.
So
he'll eat it, except for people.
That's a setup for a joke, if I've ever heard one.
Oh, yeah.
It was a setup for a joke.
You missed it.
Okay. All right. So what? What are you working on right now? Are you performing a lot of different places yet, or are you just kind of getting in your groove?
Yep. We just got back from a 3.5-week tour down to South by Southwest and back, the big festival in Austin, and now we're gearing up and are probably right in the middle of serious.
Don't
fundraising.
say it. We've been saying it for a long time.
Yeah.
Just don't even say it. What
We're actually recording our first feature-length album, but right now we're probably raising some serious cash. Howie's got some big ideas about raising money. But
So if you know big people in television, we really need to talk to them. Not about their televisions, about their money.
we do appreciate you offering us the loan that we talked about beforehand. We do appreciate that. You and Scott both, like, that was big.
Do you think we could get like a telethon going?
I don't
People
know.
call in and raise some money?
Would you host be right there?
Yeah, would you?
Yes, we'll all raise money together.
Don't worry. We'll keep the money all to ourselves. You won't get a cent.
And you know, one of the issues with new media is that not long ago, I remember living in Grand Rapids, and as we featured a lot of bands that were coming on the show back in the 90s, the advent of the digital technology of sending out discs. Now everything is online, where you buy the JPEG, help me out here, not a JPEG,
MP3?
but MP3.
Sure.
Thank you. It's one of those. And so you download it, and are you finding that that's easier now to deal with in terms of the financial aspect, or is it still important to produce a hard album?
I think we're the most excited about still putting out our songs on vinyl, which is kind of making a comeback. It's still the most kind of satisfying thing to hold in your hand. It's hard to hold an MP3 in your hand.
But MP3s have made some things easier. Like, it's easier for people to ignore your music should you try and send it to them. We get that response a lot. But the few responses who, people open it and play it, they typically seem to enjoy it.
Are you finding that you send those out to record companies or people to sponsor you? Or?
Anybody. If you want to listen, we have it. Just make yourselves known. We'll give it to you, and you can judge it and judge us.
Okay. Well, it sounds like you guys have a lot going on. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thanks so much.
Thank you. Hello. Anyway, I'm going to come over here while they set up to close out the show, if you want to follow me. Since you're so critical of everyone else, let's hear it for this guy. He's not only doing the announcing, but he's also doing the camera and all kinds of stuff. How you doing? How you doing, Scott? Anyway, this is great. It's the same line every week. I love it. I think I'm the only one that appreciates it too. Anyway, this is Greg Struss. We're going to take it away with the kickback, and we'll see you next time. Goodbye, everybody.
I sit in the tub, hoping nobody will break my shins. Me and never, oh, me and never. No, my numb and what's no good. I'm me and never, oh, me and never. just like before. I got you there. I turn the TV on. Oh, there's no sleep for me never. Oh, me never. Way out, I know I see you through. I'll be leather, oh, be leather. I can ride, I can ride. You're just like before. I got you there. Fear into anger, fear into anger. You don't have to worry. I hope you know I'll always be there. Fear into anger, fear into anger. You don't have to worry. I hope you know I'll always be there. Hope you know, swear I hope you know I'll always be there.
Okay.
And if I hit here.
Do you ever fake people out? Do you ever fake people out? Okay.
There we go, same time. Oh. Can you borrow my wrist?
Yeah, just put it. Come on, we got to get through it, okay? Just right through there, okay? Make a nice tight fist so it doesn't roll as far, okay? Here we go, all right?
I don't like this idea.
Just 2 items at once, real quick, okay? Here we go. 1,
I don't like this idea.
3 days ago, I did this trick. Blood is all. No, I'm just kidding. Here we go. Ready? It's all right. Don't worry. 1, 2, 3. Wait, is it okay? Take it out. Is it okay?
It worked.
You got the celery too, I'll tell you.
Okay. Well, anyway, we'll take a break, and I think I'm going to go looking for my wrist.
I can't do this.
I'm telling you.
Here we go. Come on.
No.
No. What are you doing? Okay. Are you ready?
No.
Watch out. Whoa.